What's going on YouTube? This is Jim, and today I have a special treat for you guys. I'm going to be unboxing my Fire Emblem Special Edition for you guys today. Now, I know that this game has been out for a little over a month, but I have yet to get to it. I've been playing a lot of console games. I've been playing a lot of computer games with my friends, just mostly getting the house moved back in and set up. But thankfully, I do have some time now. I've cleared out some of my busy video game schedule, and I'm really eager to get into this game. Now, Fire Emblem Fates is a unique spin on the Fire Emblem franchise because it's basically, from my understanding, the same story told from multiple angles. You get to play almost a what-if with certain characters, and you could see what choices would have impacted the overall game. You may be good in one tale or bad in another tale. I'm a huge fan of Fire Emblem. It's very clear that Nintendo's invested a lot of time and a lot of money in this franchise. If you look at a lot of the DLC characters from the latest Smash Brothers on Wii U or 3DS, you'll see that a majority of them are Fire Emblem alumni. And you know, for a handheld console like the DS, you think, oh, that's a kid's toy. But Fire Emblem games are remarkably deep. There's a lot of overarching politics and worldviews that are injected into each and every story. And while it's not overly graphic or overly filled with cuss words or just ultra violence, they usually paint a pretty detailed story. The characters work well together. There's a lot of synergies within each character. And it really is a throwback to the old Final Fantasy type RPGs that I grew up on as a kid, which really don't exist anymore in today's mainstream consoles. So it's cool when you have a game that comes along like this that really has a deep understanding of that kind of turn-based tactical adventure game, and that's what Fire Emblem is all about. So without further ado, let's crack open this box and see what is inside. The first thing is a art book, which includes all of the different characters. Quite a list of these. I'm not really sure who these are. There is a really cool little footnote here. It says, editor's note, in order to preserve the integrity of the artist's original illustrations, we have left some handwritten notes untranslated on the page. However, full translation of the text can be found in the back of this book. So that's really cool. So I'm just going to flip through and look and see if I can find some more interesting pictures to show you. Definitely quite a list of characters in this game. And they have some really unique art style. That guy looks really cool. You can see all the different artist renditions. You can see all the different sketches of kind of what he looks like when he's happy, when he's sad. Here's looks like a character that they began to pencil in, so you can see what it looks like just kind of as a stock black and white penciled photo, and then you can see when all the ink starts to come in. I've always liked these art books. I thought they were always really neat. I've gotten a few of them. I've gotten one for Arkham Knight. I've gotten one for Dark Souls. I've gotten one for StarCraft, and I love it because it really gives you a deep insight into what the artist was thinking. You know, sometimes with games, the art style changes after the game has been developed, or something that they kind of dreamt up doesn't get to happen the way that the artist thought it would. So it's kind of neat to see what they were thinking when they were making these characters. And some of these backdrops will obviously not be fully fleshed out in the 3DS just because the hardware isn't there, but it gives you an idea of what they were thinking. Here's a list of all the different types of weapons. This is really cool. You could see there if the camera focuses, and I can't tell because, of course, world-class production values. I'm blocking my view of what I see. But you could see some of the different translations, or written in the original language of what they have. Here's a picture of all the sprites that are in the game. I'm assuming these are all the characters that you can get, all the different character mounts and models and what they look like, and they're kind of as they're exploring the world map. And then in the back, as promised, here is a list of all of the translations explaining to you that, in case you're wondering, on page 52, this art shows the scale of the wall segments, collapsed corridor, and an ominous red glow. So this is a really cool collector's piece. I'm really looking forward to checking that out. Let me move this down a little bit. I'm really looking forward to checking that out and reading through it and understanding it a little bit better once the game, once I actually understand what the real game is about. This is some sort of plastic bag. It looks like, I think it's some sort of carrying pouch or carrying case for the actual either the game or the console. I'm not entirely sure. So let's check this out. Okay. Inside is a... Oh! This is really, really cool. So this is a 3DS holder, it looks like. So on one side, you can see all the different characters. Maybe this is the happy version. I'm not really sure. Looks like the sun is shining, everybody's smiling. And then on the back, it looks not so nice. I don't really have a carrying case on my 3DS anymore. I got rid of a lot of that because I like the Zelda. I have the Zelda 3DS case, so every case I find, it covers it up. So I don't have any kind of carrying pouch. I just carry it in my pocket, but it's a nice linen cloth. It's got a little zip tie thing here so you can lock it up and keep it safe. That's really neat. I like that. And I like that there's two sides to it, but it really does speak to the duality of the game, so to speak, in terms of my understanding of the game being, you know, happy and sad. And then inside here we have an actual copy of the game. On one side, Fire Emblem Birthrights. And there is the, I don't know if you guys can tell or not. Oh, there's nothing there. I lied. On the back, it says Fire Emblem Conquest. And then the whole title is called Fire Emblem Fates. My understanding is there's a DLC code for a third Fire Emblem that is included in this special edition known as Fire Emblem Revelation, which I guess is a third story of, you know, a third alternative to the story, rather, that kind of tells the truth of what happened. I guess maybe you're seeing the same story from two different points of view, and that's the third point of view. I'm not really entirely sure, so let's open this up and see what we have inside. So here is the manual, big whoop, and then here's the actual game. It looks like a 2-for-1 on the game right here. That gem is going to keep me busy for probably 50 to 60 hours easily. Another cool thing that they do on certain games, this one seems to be no exception, is the inside carrying sleeve is reversible, like so. So if you want to display that side instead, you most certainly could. I do not see a code in here for the special edition, so I'm assuming either it's already on the disc, or I didn't get it, or it's in one of these little pieces of paper that fell out. Regardless, I think this is a really cool collector's edition, mostly because of the art book. You know, I really do like that kind of stuff. So if you did buy this and you did manage to pick this up, you would get all of this shown on the screen right now, which is the game, you get the carrying pouch, and you get the art book. So all in all, very, very cool. I don't know how much I would really expect in terms of a Nintendo Collector's Edition for a 3DS game, but considering that I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan, I'll take anything I can get. So there you have it, a little over 1 month old unboxing of one of the coolest video game franchises, in my opinion, in recent years. If you miss that fix for the old school Nintendo turn-based RPGs that you grew up on, like me, the Final Fantasies, the Ultima Onlines, Dragon Quest, all that kind of stuff, this game has you covered. With the some of the voiceovers they have, minimal amount of decision trees, setting up your characters, permadeath, it really does have it all. And I'm really looking forward to diving into this. Expect a video from me in the near future talking about some of my experience as I play through. It was recommended to me that I begin with Birthright first, then go on to Conquest, and then finish with Revelation. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go check it out right now. So with that in mind, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.